Evening, welcome to a very warm southwestern France. Yeah, absolutely scorching it's been. It's very late. I'm going to, I've had an idea, and I wouldn't normally do this, but I thought I'm very lucky. I've got quite a few wild animals come onto my property, and what I thought I'd do is put out some water for them. Now, I wouldn't normally do this, but I used to do it. I used to have bird baths in the garden. I used to have around here somewhere. I used to have a couple of bird baths, and the reason I don't put them out now is because the birds became really territorial, and it was like a war zone in the garden, and the noise was unbelievable. And now that the bird baths are not here, it's almost total silence. And the birds get their water elsewhere now. But yeah, so I wouldn't normally put water out for especially wild animals, but I thought, it seems I've got a camera and they might appreciate a drink. Yeah, I thought I'd put some water out for them. So I went down earlier and I put down a stool, which is what I used to put the bird baths on before. And yeah, I've just taken the bowls down and I'm just sorting out some water. So I thought I'd have a little stroll down and give them a drink. It is an absolutely glorious evening. So yeah, it's about 10 to 10 on Friday evening. And what's today? I think it's the 19th today. 19th or 20th of June. So pretty much getting towards the longest day of the year. It's a bit depressing, isn't it, the longest day of the year? Because you know that the days are going to start getting shorter again and winter is on its way. But it has been absolutely scorching this last 2 or 3 days. Yeah, 37 degrees each day. Water's heavy, isn't it? Oh, blimey. Whose idea was this? Yeah, 37 degrees it's been. And pretty much unable to do anything. But the forecast for the next week is ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, going to be getting up to 40, 41, 42 degrees possibly Monday. So today was 37, which I think is 99 Fahrenheit, and 42, it's about 106, 107 Fahrenheit. It's gonna be miserable. So we've got a whole week of it. Oh my God, I'm dreading it. I've got a feeling it's gonna feel like, because I can't really do anything, I've got a feeling it's gonna feel like a lockdown. Do you know what I mean? Can't go out, can't go anywhere. Really, can't do anything enjoyable, apart from maybe drive to the supermarket. So yeah, I'm not sure what the lockdown actually felt like. Remember those lockdowns? Not that long ago, was it? We'll remember those forever. Yeah, I didn't take any notice of those strange days. It all went over my head. I was doing some gardening work back in the day. I could tell you a little anecdote. I went to I wasn't going to talk about this. Went to a guy's house to mow his lawn. He's a funny old fella, and I got there during the pandemic. I got to show you in there. I bet I don't. I bet I forget. Let's show you now. Down here, can you see it's all flat grass? I reckon that's someone's bedroom there. I need to set up a camera, but it's a bit weird, isn't it? Forget what I just said there. Ignore what I just said. That sounded completely weird. I need to set up a camera in their bedroom. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, I used to mow a guy's lawn, and bloody hell, this is heavy. And I arrived at his house, pulled onto his drive in my van. It's just about to get very dark here. I will definitely come down and trim these trees back. And I pulled onto this guy's drive. And I think I was putting my boots on, I was doing something, opened the back of my van up, and I heard his upstairs window open. And I looked up, I said, all right, Peter. And he's like, hello, how you doing? I was like, yeah. I said, are you all right? Because like, yeah, normal people normally answer the front door. He said, all right to pay you now? So, yeah, no worries. He opened his wallet and he threw the money at me from an upstairs window. I was like, all right. He's like, yeah, no, I didn't want to come down, you know, with the, I was like, what, you've got some sort of lurgy? It all went over my head. And as I was mowing his lawn, I was thinking, God, what a rude prick, throwing your money at me like you were some sort of lord of the manor. How often, how much longer do you think he was my customer? I never went back. I said, sorry, Pete, too busy. And I never saw him again. Rude prick. Anyway, that did bring out the worst in people, didn't it? That pandemic. Anyway, let's give these fellas some water. I don't think they'll drink it. Maybe the wild boar. Maybe the badger. They'll smell me, won't they? And they'll probably think, oh no, that's a bit dodgy that. But I had a bird of prey here a couple of weeks ago, and I think it was a red kite. See if I can find the footage again. It was either a red kite or a buzzard, and I've had both in the area before, and they'll fly over. This might be a really good idea. Wouldn't it be good? Wouldn't it be amazing if I got some footage of my visiting deer or anything having a drink? That would be fantastic. So there's not going to be a lot going on for the next week or so. Unless I start knocking some walls down in the house, but I was looking earlier. I thought Teddy might have followed me down, but yeah, no, I don't know where he is. But he's probably going to stay out tonight. I think I might leave him out tonight. It is so warm. It's still 30 degrees, and it's 10 o'clock. But what was I saying? I was looking for some video footage. I was trying to find a little bit of video of my bird baths, which I just showed you. And so I was looking back through some old videos from 2023, and the garden was looking quite nice back then. It looks better then than it does now. I've really got to put some effort in now. Once we get past this, call it a heat wave. They call it a heat wave in the UK. What is it when it gets to 42 degrees? That's just a disaster, isn't it? Everything's going to die. Anyway, I was looking through some videos, and I found it was a clip of me just talking, and it made me chuckle. So I'm gonna show you that again. It's not on a public video. I've only got 90 videos out of 1,000 now available to watch. So yeah, 90% of my videos are hidden. So I can start looking back through them and maybe show you a clip here and there. And I thought this clip was quite funny. Talking of clips, no one mentioned the badger in my last video. Now I thought that was the best footage of a badger that I'd ever gotten, and no one mentioned it. So I've got a feeling no one actually watched the end of the last video. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do in this heat. It's going to wipe me out. I'm an Essex boy, and if you don't know where Essex is, it's about 20 minutes from London, east of London, if you have a look on a map. Essex is a county, lots and lots of towns in Essex. I'm not built for 106 degree, 108 degree weather, not without a pole anyway. and I won't be getting one of those in a hurry. Anyway, I'll leave you with that clip of me me rambling. See you later. And I'm not really keen on the idea of putting the front of my house on my channel either, or on my neighbours' houses. That sounds quite strange. If you could sort of, can you imagine asking your neighbours, do you mind if I put your house all over the internet? Yeah, I don't think it'd go down very well. So yeah, I think I'm all for a little bit of privacy. Although I'm putting my life on YouTube, I like to be a little bit private. I have had someone who's seen my channel approach me and say, you know, been watching your channel, blah blah blah, and very nice, really nice and friendly and fantastic, but for me quite awkward. Like, you know, I'm just a bloke. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm not a YouTube star. Yeah, I'm just a bloke that happens to make a few videos. So yeah, that's a bit strange. Like I say, for me, I'm here on my own, and I feel like I'm here on my own. So I don't see the mark that you see. Does that make sense? So I'm not actually that much of a fan of YouTube, to be honest. I don't watch many channels. There's a couple that I like to watch, and I generally like to watch what people are doing rather than listening to people talk about what they've done. People talking about what they've done just bores me, and yeah, just people talking generally bores me. Do you know what I mean? I find people, a lot of people, really, really boring. And so yeah, I do like buildings, I do like architecture, and I like to learn things. I like to find out different ways of doing things and not follow the crowd. Yeah, things like tiny houses, and I'll talk about tiny houses in another video, but yeah, I watch tiny house channels and architecture channels, modern building and insulation and energy and things like that. That kind of interests me. But again, I like to watch what people have done and tested rather than people talking about it. Yeah, I just find that so boring. I do get people say to me, oh, you should watch this Chateau channel. And yeah, no, Chateau, honestly, I don't really get the Chateau thing. I think there's people out there with huge egos, and I think they like to try and impress people with their big houses. But yeah, no, you know, if I was to meet someone and they said their house has got 13 bathrooms, I'm just going to think you're an arsehole. I don't see the glamour. Although I do admire anyone that takes on a renovation. You know, I can't think of anything more daunting than to take on the renovation of like 100 or 200 or 500 year old house. I mean, you've got to admire people. You've got to think they've probably got a screw loose, and they're probably heading for financial ruin. And I'd never want to watch that. There's a couple of channels that I can think of, the people are renovating chateaus on YouTube, and I just think they're heading for a disaster. They're heading for financial ruin. They're probably heading for a breakdown. They're heading for, yeah, absolute misery. And I'd never want to watch that, you know, like a voyeuristic type kind of thing. So yeah, I think, yeah, good luck to you if you are renovating something like a chateau. I think you need all the luck in the world, and I think you need your head tested. And I would never watch you do it, because I think you've got a 90% chance of some kind of failure. And yeah, I'd hate to be witness to that. Yeah, people having breakdowns and yeah, family troubles. That doesn't interest me. I kind of think keep that disaster away from the public eye. Yeah, so what else? Something you'd never find, well, you might actually once or twice out of the 450 videos I've made. You won't find music on my channel. I can't bear music on YouTube videos, unless it's a music video. I mean, if I hear music, I expect to see dancing. If there's no dancing, I just switch off as soon as I hear any music. Sometimes you'll see people renovating a chateau and there's music. I think, what? No, get stuffed. I'll just turn it off. So I'm a bit of a misery guts when it comes to things like that. I'm sure there's many a good program maker, but yeah, you need to understand that people are making television programs along with doing their renovations. So you know, their hands are pretty full. I did have someone or a couple of people say to me, make my videos a bit longer, Well, that little snippet of me cherry picking and editing that, that's about 2 hours work. So yeah, I think probably about 5 minutes of video, hour or two of work. So yeah, to make longer videos, so if it's like a half an hour video, you're looking at 6 hours, at least 6 hours of work with the editing, and depending what you're doing. I mean, like cherry picking, I was up a ladder for an hour and a half, do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to make longer videos. And as I say, I'm not a video maker, I'm not a program maker. There are some very skilled video and program makers out there, and there's also some terrible, absolutely terrible video makers out there that pretend to be good, and they're crap, and I can't bear it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, there's people out there that are like, as bad as I am, you know, pretending to be. Yeah, no, I can't bear it. Anyway, so it wasn't a gripe or a moan. I was just responding to some of the comments. So yeah, I'll only really make a video long enough to sort of get my point across. Yeah, just because I don't want to bore myself. Anyway,